Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. I'm a little late coming on today, but at least I'm here. I'm here. My days have been crazy of late. I try to come in, and when I'm in Atlanta, like as soon as I get in my office, just get in front of the computer. But I don't know. It's something in the transition of working from home, and I get in front of the computer, and I'm like instantly doing, and and time gets by me, but I'm here. I'm here. And I'm trying to condition myself. Okay, so remember, we don't do New Year's resolutions, but we do resets. So in my new reset for 2025, I'm going to try to condition myself to make sure that I am coming on here very first thing of the day. All right, so that I can share with you because I never get back to it. It's just my day just keeps going. Anyway, okay, that being said, enough of my excuses, right? All right. Our nugget today is, what do you do when prayers are answered? Something to that effect. Because I actually typed this out early this morning and just didn't get back to do it. Anyway, so what do you do when your prayers are answered? You know, we deal so much in the waiting and the being patient and the trusting God and the having the faith. But what happens when the prayer is actually answered? And not just a prayer answered, but prayers. Like I'm experiencing, and I'm saying this, and I shared this the other day on another broadcast. I'm experiencing the Amos 9:13 effect, where everywhere I look, there's blessings, and I'm so grateful. But there's also a posture in, how do you handle the success of the wait? That's a good one, Lord. Thank you. The success of the wait, because we're always waiting and believing that God is going to move. We're always, well, we should be. Remember, we started off this year, we were going to be in that place of expectation, not in a place of surprise, but in a place of awe at how God does it. So when He starts doing it, how are you handling the doing? And this is important. This is very important, because what could be the tendency is that, oh, okay, Lord, thank you. You've answered my prayers. I got this, I got that, Lord, da. And you're off to the races, and you're not spending that quality time that you were spending with God when you were on your face trying to get the thing done, trying to get the prayer answered. And that is not of God. So I want to say that yes, we are in a season of manifestation where God is manifesting um, His power, His favor, His love, His grace, all these wonderful things in our lives. Okay, even in the midst of our struggles, even in the midst of our trials, the devastation that's happening right now in California, you still have people going, but Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you that you spared my life. I'm hurt that I lost all my material things, but you spared my life. You spared my family. Lord, I thank you. So we're still in that place of celebration. The same way that we should always be in that place of celebration, even when the prayers are answered. Now, here's the key: do not get so comfortable and caught up in the fact that God has answered the prayer that you disconnect from Him. That's what's so important. I'm going to share just a small little testimony with you, just so you understand the importance of what I'm saying. Many years ago, it's been 30, actually, it'll be 31 in March, when the Lord brought my husband and I back together. We had been married, divorced, and He brought us back together, and we remarried. And a week after our wedding, we had gone on our honeymoon. We came back, and I remember going over to a lady's house to pick up some pants of his that she was having altered. And this was a strong woman of faith. Her whole family was just walked in that place in God. But as I'm talking to her and she's giving me the slacks, something occurred. Something happened. And I'm looking down at the pants, and she called my name in an authoritative voice, one of those parental voices. And it was like, Colette. And to the point where it shook me, and I raised my hand and said yes. Now, she was in the middle of a conversation that had nothing to do with where she was about to go. But she said, You've gotten what you wanted. Don't forget I'm first. Literally, the Spirit of the Lord spoke through her, and he was talking about the fact that, I'm happy now. I got my husband, things are good. Things, all seemed well in the world at that moment. But he said, don't forget I'm first. And I said, okay. He said it 3 times. There's something about God in that 3 times. And by the third time that she spoke it, she began to weep, like almost uncontrollably, just weeping, saying, don't forget, I'm first. I never forgot that. And I never forgot to put him first either. I was like, it was really, and wait a minute. And I mean, the Spirit of God was so strong on her. And once that happened and she delivered that message, just like that, she went back into the conversation she was having, and she started looking around because she was startled, because she knew something had happened, but she wasn't sure what it was. And she was just like, what is going on? And I said, it's okay. It's okay. You had a message to deliver. You delivered the message. I heard it loud and clear. And, and I paid her for the pants and I left. It was funny. I got in the car. My husband was in the car and I got in the car and I kind of looked at that brother upside his head. We're like, hey, you know what? I don't even really want to deal with you right now because God has spoken. But that was 30 years ago. And I've never forgotten that. She was in the bed for 2 weeks after that, like not sick, but just still under the glory of God. It was an amazing thing. And as we left her house, I never forget, there were 2 doves that flew right like down and across the car, the front of the car. And I was like, wow, like leaving her house. I was just like, God, you are an amazing God. I've had some experiences with God. Please, I know how real he is. But I'm saying this and I'm sharing this with you so that in the midst of him faithfully giving you what you have asked for, don't ever, ever forget he's first. You stay in that posture of gratitude, but you don't leave that place of presence of his. Don't run off with the new and forget where it came from. Okay. Here I go. This past month or so in my car, I can't do anything but weep before God because of his goodness, because I recognize his favor is at work right now. But I also know I have got to stay connected. This is a time where I almost feel even more compelled to stay connected than ever because I need to know how to properly utilize your blessings. I need to know how to properly steward your blessings. And that's that place that you have to be in. That's that place you have to stay in. So when God begins to answer your prayers, please don't forget he's first. Please don't disconnect from the source of your blessing. All right. If he said it, it is so. He's going to do it. The blessing is going to manifest. But don't allow the blessing to cause you to disconnect from the blesser. All right. All right. That's my nugget. That's my nugget for today. To God be the glory. I wish you nothing but the blessing of God over your life. I desire for you to walk in that manifested flow of Amos 9:6, or 9:13, where everywhere you look, there's blessings. But as you manifest, as you walk in that, whatever you do, don't forget he's first. I love you with the love of Christ. You know you can't do a doggone thing about it. All right. All right.